Hey, I'm Kanisha. Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm here to talk about Warrior Nun Season 1, Episode 9. And is it just me, or has the last 3 episodes felt a little rushed? I felt like the first 6 episodes we were crawling forward, and the last 3 have kind of felt like a sprint. And my what I think the pacing issue is that I always felt like Ava joining the OCS was inevitable. And when I mean the OCS, I mean Beatrice, Camilla, Father Vincent, and Mary. Not the fake OCS with Duretti and the Reject Sisters. So I always felt like she was going to join them. I felt like there was no way the show could go on without her being with them. And so for it to take 7 episodes for her to join, it just felt like the show was using up a lot of real estate to bring her into the OCS, and it felt like it wasn't necessary. It was being drawn out for no reason that I could really understand. I know that Ava was she was just reluctant. She didn't want to be with them. She had a horrible experience at the orphanage, and she just wanted to do her own thing. But it's just her not wanting to join is fine. That's understandable considering her backstory and what she went through. But the fact that it took 7 episodes for her to go back to the church and I want to be with them, it makes this first season feel a little disjointed to me. And I talked about when in episode 6, the video I made for episode 6, I talked about how I felt like the show was taking a really long time to get Ava back into the fold and with the OCS. And I talked about there were 2 things that I was expecting to happen, and it was just taking forever. And Ava never had a reason to want to join them, and there wasn't any urgency for her to join. The OCS was seemed like they were getting by without Ava, so she basically wasn't treated like she was important. And I think that kind of messed up the plot being able to move forward. And we didn't even have a sense of where the season was going until the Ava joins the OCS and she helps get Shannon's book out of Cat's cradle. And at the very end of that episode, we learn about the power at the Vatican, and they speculate that Duretti wants to use it for his own benefit. And of course, Mary thinks that Duretti had something to do with Shannon's death. So all of that stuff ends up sort of being the reason why Ava joins them. But we didn't get it till the end of episode 7. So the end of episode 7 happens. We get all this information about Duretti and the power of the Vatican. And then episode 8, we're doing this training. And then it's episode 9. And training's done. Now we're on mission, doing our Mission Impossible thing this episode. So I just feel like the plot has moved very quickly the last 3 episodes, which I feel like there could have been a smoother transition if Ava had joined the OCS a little bit sooner. So yeah, that's just kind of how I feel about the first 9 episodes so far. It hasn't been a bad season. I don't think it's been a bad season. It's just I felt like the pacing of the plot moving forward has been it hasn't been smooth. It felt like we were really slow first few episodes, and then we really picked up the pace, which is fine. I mean, it's fine. I mean, it would have been nice if I've said this before, I really wish Ava joined the OCS sooner, because I was getting frustrated because it was inevitable. There was no way that Ava wasn't going to be with them. So I just felt like, why are we drawing this out? She's going to be with him eventually. She's going to be the Warrior Nun. She was resurrected. Like, there's all these reasons that obviously she's going to have the halo and do demon hunting stuff. Like, so yeah, it's okay, but I really wish the show had done the Ava stuff sooner and let the plot progression with Doretti and infiltrating the Vatican, like, we could have let that breathe a little bit more. We could have had some more training, but it is what it is, so okay. I gotta say, another issue that I've had with the show for this first season, I really wish that there were some more, I'm not sure what to call it, but like personal interactions, social interactions between the characters, like our main characters. Ava's just been separated from them, and I feel like we haven't had the chance to really get to know them, see them be with each other, and like see their personalities come through. It's just Ava's been detached from the OCS, and so we don't get to see the OCS a lot. There have been some moments, like I've liked Ava and Beatrice together. There was that scene after Ava was told that she committed suicide, and she was with Beatrice in like a hallway somewhere in Cat's Cradle. So that was a really nice scene. We got to learn about Beatrice. I like Beatrice and Camilla together. There was a scene after Beatrice got her marching orders from Doretti, and she was in the armory and she was returning some weapons. I thought that was a really nice scene between her and Camilla to show their friendship and show that they like love each other. I did really like the bonding we got to see with Mary and Ava in episode 6. I mean, there was a whole episode with just the two of them, basically. So they got to learn about each other. We learned about Mary. So there have been these moments, or even in this episode, Mary and Lilith. And Mary reminds Lilith who she is later in this episode. So there have been these moments. I just wish there had been more of them. And I think it's okay for them to be like short and quick, but I just prefer, like, if it's going to be short, I prefer them to be mini. And I think if Ava had joined the OCS sooner, we could have gotten more of these little scenes between our main characters. And I can't help, like, is it bad to wish this show was more like She-Ra and the Princesses of Power? Like, I think there's a lot of similarities between the two shows. So with She-Ra, of course, we have Adora, who's the main character, and she is also like a chosen one kind of character. She has a destiny, just like Ava seems to have. And I think a key difference that sort of affects my enjoyment of that show, She-Ra, is that Adora joins a new team and, meets these new people, and she spends basically all of her time around them. And that happened like 2 episodes into the season. So now the rest of the show is we get to see Adora and these new people together. They're on missions. They're learning about each other. They're learning how to work together to, accomplish different goals. And I think if there was that element with Warrior Nun, I think I could get attached to these. I could get more attached to these characters. So far I like them, but I don't have a character that I love really. The characters don't really stand out. Like, as far as favorite characters, I really don't have one. They're kind of on the same level for me. And I felt like if we just had some more character moments and interactions, I feel like I could have a character that sort of stands out to me, But for now, I just, like, the show is nice, and the parts that I like the most are the plot, like, mystery kind of stuff, the OCS lore. And it's not really, like, enjoying the characters. Not yet. I mean, I know that there's a season 2, so all of that could change. But so far, the parts of the show that I like the most are the lore. It's the mystery. It's what's going on with Lilith. It's stuff with Michael, and he's maybe talking to angels. Like, all that kind of stuff I am finding the most interesting part of, is what I find the most interesting in the show so far. But I really hope that I could get more into the characters and their relationships with each other, because, I mean, that's a lot of the best shows, I think, have characters that stand out and that you love or that you absolutely hate. And for me, Warrior Nun doesn't quite do that just yet. So I hope it's coming, and really just right now, I just love the, like, OCS lore that's happening. And that's kind of what's keeping me going. Also, I know that Ava and Beatrice get together. Like, I think that does happen based on what's happened so far in the season. So I think that is coming. That is keeping me around. But yeah, everything else is just like, I love the OCS lore and demons fighting. So speaking of OCS lore and demon fighting, the stuff with Lilith I find absolutely fascinating. It's just so interesting to see how her character has changed. And I don't think, like in this episode, Mary kind of talks her down when they're in the catacombs or whatever, and sort of is reminding her about who she is. She's a sister, and, you know, she put her life on the line for her sisters and all that. I can't imagine that whatever is going on with Lilith is just, like, done now. It doesn't make any sense to me that whatever her transformation is going to be, like, it's just over. So I am expecting, like, okay, so if her, like, transformation, like, turning into a demon is on a scale of 1 to 10, where 1 is just, like, her normal sister Lilith self before her experience with the Taras, and then a 10 is, like, a fully fledged demon. I feel like this episode we get to, like, a 5 when she was, you know, disappearing in the lab and menacing towards Michael. Like, I feel like that's at a 5. And I think Mary is able to talk her down to, like, a 3 on that scale. But I hope by the season finale, I hope we get a full 10 of Lilith being fully demon. Maybe fighting Adriel, who we learned is alive somehow. Like, this kind of stuff really is intriguing to me. And I just hope that, I don't know if what's going on with Lilith is going to be reversible. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if it was, but I also just want to see her be a full demon. That's good TV to me. We have the little bits of her transforming, and it just wouldn't make sense to me to get, like, half of the way there and then sort of pull the plug on the story. So I fully expect her to either be a demon or, like, see her trying to fight becoming a demon. I'm not sure, like, I don't know what the show's gonna do with her, and I just hope it's not over, because it really is fascinating to me. Like, I mean, as far as Lilith's transformation into a demon, it's only been happening for, like, 2 episodes. Like, she came back at the end of episode 7, and that was, like, 10 seconds. And then we see her skulking around Cat's Cradle in episode 8. She disappears and she reunites with her friends. And now it's episode 9 and she's like being weird with Michael, and it just can't be over. Like 2 episodes and 10 seconds of a demon transformation just isn't enough, and it's not a full transformation. I don't think. I think it could be pushed further if it was going to happen at all. And we also haven't gotten an explanation as to why it's happening, or I mean, I think we know why she went to hell, but we really haven't gotten an explanation about what she's after, why it's happening to her. I kind of expect to get something, some explanation, some reason, something. I also think it's like a sign, as far as Lilith becoming a demon, that she has not worn a habit since coming back. And I feel like if she really wanted to, like, her friends could get her the proper clothing that she had been wearing before. So to me, that's a signal that obviously she's not going back. And I don't know, like, I have no idea if this ends with her being alive. Like, is she going to become a demon and get sent back to hell? I don't know. Like, this could go any which way. She could be fighting Adriel and, like, get sent back to hell. Like, I have no idea. This is really interesting. I have no clue what's gonna happen, so I'm very excited to see how this plays out and whether or not it gets resolved in the next episode, because episode 10 is the season finale, if I'm not mistaken, so I have no idea how this could possibly be wrapped up. And I don't know if the next episode is gonna be like 40 minutes, like, because it's Netflix, it's a Netflix show. It could be 50 minutes, I don't know. I wouldn't mind a, like, extra length episode, but I just hope things get wrapped up the way that they should. I wouldn't hate certain storylines continuing into season 2, but the stuff with Lilith, like, I feel like it deserves to be wrapped up. But who knows? I absolutely don't know. So I think this episode we finally get a more concrete explanation when Michael mentioned that Ava was the key to open the door on the ground. So Ava makes it into Adriel's tomb, and surprise, surprise, there's a fucking dude standing there. Like, that is a crazy reveal, that Adriel is somehow alive and not. Is he mortal? Is he not mortal? I don't know what's going on. And I can't wait to find out. So apparently Adriel has survived for millennia and is just stuck there. Like, I can't wait to hear what he has to say about why he's there. Like, the OCS history book that Ava was learning from obviously is inaccurate. So, like, what is the deal? I don't know if he was put there, like, of his own volition. Was he... Well, the OCS book, I think it was in episode 3. I think it mentioned that his power was too strong and they locked him. Oh, no, it said he gave his halo to the first Warrior Nun, who I'm calling Ari. And he lived as a mortal man, died as a mortal man. They, put him in a tomb. And his power was so strong that people were coming to pilgrimage, I think. And so they locked him away in a tomb. So that's absolutely, I don't know if it's a lie or if it's just what's the author of the book was told. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to see how, like, what is the deal with that. So I guess when Michael talked about Ava being the key, I wonder if Michael knew that Adriel was there. Like, I think he's been talking to angels because of the divinium that's in him. And I hope he's been talking to Adriel. Like, that would be a really cool reveal, that he's been sort of communicating with Adriel, and maybe Adriel has been giving him, like, sending help, like trying to get Michael to help him escape. Like I have no idea what's going on, but I think it would be cool if Adriel was trying to communicate with Michael to, like, send help. I need to get out. And I wonder what would just happen if Adriel leaves the tomb. Does the Catholic Church know there's a guy there? Like, there's an angel there? Man, I have so many questions. I can't wait to find out. But I think Michael knows that Ava's close. I think I don't think Michael, like, sent her there, but maybe, I don't know, somehow it's worked out that she is there and is able to talk to Adriel and I guess figure out what's really going on with the demons being on Earth. Yeah, but I just hope that Adriel's been talking to Michael. I think that would be cool. And Michael mentioned opening the door. I'm assuming that now means letting Adriel out. But the thing is, I don't know if it means let him out of his tomb, or, like, their original plan was to destroy the bones. So is that still gonna be an attempt that Ava makes? Like, they were planning on taking the bones, destroying them when they're, like, out of range of the Vatican, and their hope was to, like, banish all demons. But now that the bones are part of a living person, is that even in play anymore? Is Ava gonna have to fight Adriel? Man, I have so many questions. I hope that means, like, I would love to see a fight between Ava and Adriel. I feel like Adriel would kick Ava's ass. But if he doesn't have angelic powers, maybe, and she has his halo, maybe she stands a chance. And allegedly she's been training. It did seem like she's been fighting. I think she's just been training to use her powers to get through the stone into the tomb. So I don't know if I don't think she can fight, actually. I also think it's interesting that Ava encounters a Tarrasque while, phasing through all the stone to get to Adriel's tomb. So I was wondering, well, I thought the positioning of her encountering this Tarrasque was like something to really consider, because at first when she goes through and sees it, it looks like it's facing her. So to me, it looks like it was leaving the tomb, but I don't know if it was walking through trying to get to Adriel like Ava was. And then I thought, okay, maybe the Tarrasque tried to use its teleportation powers to get to Adriel, but it was off and got stuck. And then Beatrice speculates that the Taras are after Adriel or Adriel's bones because maybe it is more powerful than the Halo and it would allow them to stay on Earth permanently. So I'm assuming she's right in thinking that the Taras want to use the powers like of the Halo or of Adriel for their own doing to stay on Earth or terrorize more people, whatever. But it made me wonder, like, so did the Taras or the demons or I don't know, the devil, whoever, send Taras after Adriel's tomb? Like, is there just one of them that's stuck in there? And are they like actually dead? Like Ava calls it a skeleton. But like, can they die on Earth? Can they die at all? Is it just stuck? And then like it's encased in stone, so obviously it can't move. But I don't know if it still can be revived or not. So I don't know how that's gonna go. I hope it doesn't move. I don't know. But I also, like, I wonder if there's really just one in there. Like, did the demons send a bunch of Taras after Adriel's bones and they just decided, like, oh, Frank got stuck. Frank never came back, so now we're just gonna turn all of our attention to the Halo. Like, is that how it went? Is that a rogue Taras that decided, like, hey, I want to get a promotion, let me go after these bones? Like, maybe that information doesn't matter, but it's something like I'm interested in at least. But we're probably never gonna know. I would like to know if there are more Taras in there, but it probably doesn't matter. So yeah, I kind of mentioned this before, but I really wonder what the new plan is. And now that Ava can't communicate with Beatrice and Mary, what's next? The original plan when they started doing all this was Ava was going to get the bones, they were going to leave, she was going to destroy them using the Halo's power. Can she phase Adriel out of there? Can Adriel power her up? Because it's his Halo? Like, he must be immortal. There's no way that he gave up his Halo, became mortal, died. So he's immortal. Doesn't need food and water. So I'm guessing he still has like some kind of angel powers. So can he power her up and escape the tomb? Like, would he even want to leave the tomb? Like, what is the deal? I can't wait to find out. Like, it's so interesting that now that there's this living angel, besides Ava. I think she's an angel. Ooh, hopefully he can, like, tell her about her history. Like, maybe he knows why she was chosen for the Halo, and does he know that she was resurrected? Like, how much does he know? Is he an all-knowing being? I hope we get all of these questions answered. I'm really looking forward to seeing, like, how does this supernatural stuff work out and resolve itself. I also really enjoyed the scene with Ava and Mother S. So we see that Mother S was briefly a warrior nun, but unfortunately the Halo rejected her. I really like the full circleness of Mother S realizing that Ava, like her realizing that Ava is not, running away per se. I mean, the timing of this conversation was absolutely horrible, but it was nice to have it anyway, where Ava realizes, or she's trying to prove herself to Mother S, that, hey, it looks like I'm running away, but I'm not running away. I'm doing this for my friends. And, like, Mother S realizes that Ava is worthy of the halo. So I do like that Mother S comes to that realization that, I mean, maybe there's a little bit of jealousy or resentment that someone like Ava, who allegedly committed suicide, this kind of person is worthy of the halo, and it never rejected her. And yet, Mother S was not so fortunate to be deemed worthy. So yeah, there was probably a little bit of that going on when she confronted Ava about committing suicide. But yeah, I really did enjoy that they were able to come together and both realize that Ava is sort of destined to be this. And I did really like Mother S saying she was worthy and like being on her side finally, because I really did not like that Mother S was sort of dismissing the miracle that happened with Ava. And so now she's finally come around and realized that, okay, this is special, this is unprecedented, this is a miracle. Like, okay, you are worthy of this halo, and I'm going to do everything I can to protect you. So I really like that full circle moment with them. And I gotta say that Dr. Jillian and Christian really bothered me in this episode. Like, I felt like they were not thinking clearly and like doing dumb stuff. So Christian shows Dr. Jillian like Lilith in the hallway, like having the same sort of powers that the creature had when it ransacked their lab. Okay, so now they're suspicious of her affair, but the way that they kind of behaved, I feel like it was so obvious that something was up, and that they know now that Lilith is dangerous. If she is anything close to the creature that showed up, like, they don't know it's a Trask. Or, I mean, Christian being with the Vatican, maybe they do know what it's called, but I am assuming they just think it's like some kind of monster. But if they think that Lilith has some kind of ability similar to the monster that showed up in the lab, then you should be not so dumb, basically. Like, they're talking, like, Dr. Jillian talks to Lilith, tries to insist to do some tests on her. She's like, absolutely not, I'm fine. And then Christian and Dr. Jillian have that conversation, like, right outside of her room. I'm like, she can hear you and see you. There's a window. Like, can y'all whisper? Can you move 10 feet down the hallway? She's totally aware of what's going on with you two, and you two are being weird. So, oh, that, like, got on my nerves. Like, you two are supposed to be geniuses. Like, you're supposed to be really intelligent people, and I just felt like that was really idiotic. Yeah. But yeah, that just really got on my nerves. And you know, Dr. Jillian leaves to go to Michael, and she just leaves Christian staring at Lilith through the window. Like, really? You're just gonna be super weird about this and not be inconspicuous or nothing? Just I don't know about that. And I was concerned about Christian. Later on, Dr. Jillian goes to Lilith's room. She's not there, and there's like a guard outside of her door. And I was concerned for Christian. I was thinking Lilith had done something to him, and like, is he okay? Is he safe? Like, but maybe it was just he clocked out for the day and told the guard to stand there instead. So hopefully he's all right. But yeah, I was absolutely concerned for his well-being. But yeah, I think that's really most of the things that I wanted to talk about this episode. I do want to get to the episode title. So this episode was titled 2 Corinthians 10:4. For the weapons of our warfare are not merely human, but they possess the divine power to destroy strongholds. We demolish arguments. I really wish this show had specified which version of the Bible it was using. I looked up different translations for this chapter and verse, and they're a little different, but I just went with one of the versions of the Catholic Bible, because like, this is a show about the Catholic Church. But anyway, yeah, I just wish there was more specification. It would help me with these videos and trying to find the right words to say. But anyway, so it's about weapons of warfare and divine power. I think this is a reference to Adriel, and I hope this means like Adriel is going to be a weapon that the real OCS uses to like fight Duretti or the church, or maybe even Lilith. Like, I wouldn't hate seeing Adriel fight Lilith or any Terras that show up. Like, if he leaves his tomb, I wouldn't be surprised that there would be a bunch of Terras that would like go after him. I don't know what they are after. Like, how, I don't know if they would just want to capture him or they want to kill him. I don't know what would help their cause. So I'm just down for a fight, really. It's the season finale. Like, you go out with a bang. Like, I'd be cool with that. But yeah, I just think this episode title is in reference to Adriel. So I don't know, just my thoughts. And for next episode, I'm excited to see whatever Adriel has to say. Anything at all. I hope we get some explanation about why he's there. What's up with the lies in the book? Does he know about Ava and her heritage and why his halo chose her? So yeah, I hope that's a long conversation that covers like everything. But yeah, I'm very much looking forward to that. So last thing before I go, I want to know, what's one storyline in this season that you would like to see continue in the next season? For me, it's 100% Lilith becoming a demon. I would love for that to be drawn out as far as it can go, as long as it can go. But yeah, for you, is there anything in this season that you want to see more of in next season? No spoilers, please. But yeah, when you watched this episode, was there anything that you wanted to continue into next season? Let me know in the comments. And that's gonna wrap it up for me in this video. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one. I hope you enjoyed this video. Before you go, I want to let you know that you don't have to wait a week to hear my thoughts on the next episode. You can click the link in the description and get access to watch my next video right now. I'm sure future me has great thoughts about the next episode, probably insightful and very witty. So don't wait. Click the link below to watch it now. I'll see you there.